Hi friends, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So my initial plan for today was actually to start showing you some of the tumblers I've been working on, but to be perfectly honest, none of them are completely dry and ready to be cleaned up on the inside, so that will probably start tomorrow. I was hoping it would be today. However, I am going to share with you these as I demold them. I have these, they've been sitting for a long time and they need to get done. Now, this first one here, I will tell you, and a little bit of the second one too, they were sort of afterthoughts, and my epoxy was getting a little bit on the heavy side. So some of these are heavy-handed. They're gonna have to be cleaned up. And also, I generally demold at like 12 hours so that I can easily clean up anything and then leave them flat. But my work schedule's been so crazy that these have actually been in these trays for probably 4 or 5 days. So I'm gonna have to do some cleanup on them, so please know that. But I do want to share with you how they look as far as the inside detail, just so that, you know, if you're trying to, you know, think about different things you want to do, you're not, you know, wasting epoxy wondering how things will look, okay? So this first one is with mica powder. It is a pink mica powder and 2 different colors of blue, all right? Now, the blues are on the inside, and then I put the pink on the outside, mix them in the epoxy, and then put the epoxy in. So as I pull these out, I'm not really going to talk about anything because I'm going to go fast so I can, you know, that way I can put it on fast mode. And then when I get to the next one, I'll stop and tell you what I put in on before I go to fast mode, okay? It's funny with these, some of these look really, really nice, and then some of them, the colors just look like garbage. So the mica powder is a really good idea, and this is a really fluorescent blue here. And I think that doing 2 layers and not letting it dry in between so that some went through, I thought it would be a pretty idea, but it looks kind of weird. What I will probably do with these, I'll take some that look really good. Like these ones here are beautiful. And I'll make, you know, keychains out of them. And then I'm going to be honest with you, the ones that aren't really nice, I'm not even going to bother to do work on them. I'm just going to trash them. Because it's just not worth the time, because they're not like beautiful, you know? All right, so now this next set, I used lavender ice glitter from Glitter Chimp. I used some bath salts and I used some dried lavender. My last one. All right, so these ones are definitely going to be worth the cleanup on the, not all of them are going to need a lot of cleanup, but I wish that I hadn't let them set. I wish that I would have had the time to finish them up, but you know, unfortunately, such is life, right? So, but these, oh my gosh, these turned out really, really, really pretty. I'm digging these to the max. So these ones, they've got, so the bath salts, I mixed lavender in the bath salts, and I actually put a little bit of epoxy in the bath salts themselves and then put that down in there in the mold, and then I came in with the lavender ice inside the rest of the epoxy and put it in. These turned out really, really nice. So, and you know, cleanup on these are easy. Like I like to use my, let me move my coffee so I don't get epoxy in it. I like to use my whirligig, and I do have a video on this if you haven't seen it. And this is really nice because you see, you can just go in and clean up your edges really, really easy. And I use this even when I don't have to clean them up. I use this to get rid of hard edges so that no one gets poked on them. And so whirligig is like the generic name for it, but it's actually called a deburring tool. And you can get these at any hardware store. You can get them on Amazon. And I think that my video that on the deburring tool, I think that I did leave an Amazon link. I just want to show you, like, this is even a really like hard one. See, now had I not waited 4 or 5 days, I think 5, it's maybe even longer than that. What's it, today's Friday? These could very well be like a week, honestly. So and if I hadn't waited so hard where it was so long when it was quite as hard, well, first of all, I would have cleaned up anything beforehand, and then the deburring tool would be even easier. But you can see, I mean, that's even super hard epoxy on there. And I use this like even on my tumblers, on the top of my tumblers. It's so good. And then I will just go in and use a super, super fine sandpaper if I need to, on like this one will need it on the edges, and it'll soften it up and help it to shine. And but these, not bad. And then, you know, sometimes I gotta, like, you know, just turn the piece in different directions. But it's nice because your sharp edges will go away. And like some of these that turned out okay, I'll use. Most of these ones will get thrown away. But you can see how easy you can get like your inner circle. Look. See? So this is, I mean, these things are a couple few bucks. I think, you know, these big nice ones like this, like maybe 10 bucks. But totally, totally, totally worth it. See how good it just like circles around in there. So, and it looks perfect. All right, well listen, it does make a mess though because you're pulling off the epoxy. All right, well listen, I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that you have a blessed and beautiful day, and hopefully my tumbler's being still a little bit tacky right now is not a bad sign. So yeah, fingers crossed. All right, friends, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.